Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about boobies. I had surgery and I got these removed from my body. I'm going to tell you why right now. Yes, these were in my body, but they're clean, promise. And what you need to know before going into surgery. If you want to learn about my experience, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be a part of the quad fam. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into the video. Here's some footage of the actual procedure of me walking into Dr. Barrett's office and meeting with the team, talking about what we're going to do before we do it. Let me just show you guys how this went down the morning of right now. All right, you guys, so I am walking into Dr. Barrett's office and today this is happening. All right, guys, so this is Dr. Barrett right here. You guys know last year I came to do my tummy tuck, and now we are doing the removal of the implants and also some fat from the arms into the boobs. So I am so excited today, and I wouldn't trust anyone else but Dr. Barrett. So
you guys, yeah, we've been waiting for this day a long time. We're going to do an amazing surgery. Yeah. Kristen is beautiful. We're just going to do some fine-tuning things. We're going to get her some breasts that really match her body using natural substances versus an implant. So I can't wait to get started. Here we go. Right in here. Right. These are all important things. Yeah. This helps prevent blood clots. We have surgical things. You gotta wear a cap, gotta wear little fancy little hospital booties. It's all for sterility. So we'll get you set up for that. Okay. And then we'll come back in and we'll do some markings. We're gonna get nice even measurements, okay? This is important because when we do the surgery, you lie down on the table, everything just goes like that. Yeah. So that's why we need to get proper midline so we know where the middle is, the lower part of the breast, all these things. It's actually kind of sometimes the hardest part of surgery is coming up with a plan and doing really good markings. We'll get you back very soon. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. So I want to talk briefly about our operative plan. We want to harvest the fat so we can use it for breast augmentation. And let's come in here. This is Kristen right here. So she has some extra fat on her arms, a little problem area, okay, in the axilla and then also in the back. We're going to take that fat, turn her over, take out her old implants, okay? They are high profile, they do not match her body, and we're going to give her a slight lift to get her to her desired size, shape, proportions, like these pictures right here. And we also want to get these side boob goals here. How it goes depends on how big these implants are, we really don't know, and how much natural breast tissue she has. Excited for you, Kristen. You're gonna do an awesome surgery.
They started to push me into the operating room, and that's when they gave me the big anesthesia, the one that puts you to sleep. I was really nervous about that, but when they started the IV, there was like this Hawaiian music that came on that was super soothing for some reason, and all I remember is waking up and I had finished with the surgery.
It's not quite the red carpet, but it works.
Make good thoughts, Kristen.
So I guess I should start off by saying why I got my implants in the first place. Some of you guys know I'm a mom. Some of you that are new to my channel, hi, I'm a mom. And I had a baby about 10 years ago, exactly. When you have a kid, your whole body, all the skin stretches out really bad. For some, it could just pop right back into place. For others, there's no getting it back. Starting off, before I had Jaden, which is my son, I was a B34, something like that. And then I had my son, and I became super engorged with milk. And it was like I was like a D, and it was really hard, really big. But once you breastfeed and everything, all of the milk goes away, and your skin, you're left with a saggy sock with a tennis ball in it. That's what it looks like, just to give you like a visual. There's some 60-year-olds out there that look amazing, but that's what I felt like my chest looked like. It was really stretched out, probably and I'm wearing this top that I was never able to wear before because I would be like huge, but my boobs probably were to there, right? It just looked really, really wrinkly and saggy and I just did not feel attractive at all in them. It was very uncomfortable. So I finally was able to get them lifted. I think it was 2015. This doctor I went to, I researched him. I thought enough. He was like 5 stars, Beverly Hills. Moved to LA in like 2014. So I'm originally from Houston, Texas. There's nothing like this out there. Nobody's getting surgeries done all the time out there, or anyone that I knew. So when I came out here, I was like, 5 stars, wow, this is great. And he is a good doctor. I really think that if I would have just gotten the lift, I would have been happy. But I talked to him and I told him, like, I don't want to be left with nothing. I don't want to be left with just like no boobs. So I guess I should have like a small implant because I don't want to be huge either. The doctor suggested that I get something because my chest is like a little bit wider, that would fill that out. I went with his suggestion because at the time I thought, okay, he's a professional. Let me just go with his suggestion. Now that I actually went with Dr. Barrett, thinking back, I'm like, wow, we should have pictures of what I don't want to look like and what I do want to look like. I should have done that, but I didn't know. So I just went with the doctor's suggestion. I got the smallest he said that he would put in my body was 300 cc's, which I have right here. This big, this was in my body. They're clean. My doctor cleaned them up, put them in this bag. Christen Dominique's implants. This is what was put in my body. I'll get to how they were put in just a little bit, but which was crazy that these were put in like that. Once I left, I immediately knew that they were too big. Like I felt like this is really huge, way huger than what I was thinking. Actually, I told my doctor, I was like, I think they're really, really big, not something I'm comfortable with. So he advised me to be patient and wait, as you should, because they're swollen and they will go down. 3 years later, they never went down. They went down a little bit, but 3 years later, I was still extremely huge. I couldn't fit into any bras. I went from a B to a double D, which was, it just made everything impossible. And I would not be able to wear, like, especially this shirt. I'd be busting out of this shirt right now. It just looked very uncomfortable. It didn't feel like it fit my body or my frame. And it just felt like not me, you know? So I was just really uncomfortable in those. When I look back, they actually started to droop and look really weird. Everybody said they looked amazing, but I knew that they did not fit my body. They were way too big, and they even, like, they started to sag in a funny way, which I didn't realize this was probably why until this happened.
So I just made my incision, you guys, and I examined the implant through a tiny little keyhole incision. Turns out the implant is upside down, which has probably led to why this implant is so boxy looking. We're gonna totally rejuvenate this, get this taken care of, but implant upside down, not a good sign.
After a while, like my skin, I know my skin, it's kind of thinner, so it immediately started to droop. Like right in this area, it just started to sag again. Not as extreme as when I started, but it started sagging. I mean, it's natural, but I was very unhappy with the way it was looking. It was like a dog ear. I can't explain it, but it just like drooped over and I had to like pick it up. It was you don't want boobs like that, trust me. I mean, for some people they like them, but the way that they were drooping on me, it just looked so weird. And when he said that, it kind of made sense. Like, no wonder they felt kind of funny. So I don't know if he put them in that way. I would feel like I would know if they flipped over in my body. I did not feel that at all. So I don't know, that was really, really weird. I honestly thought that the doctor put in more than what I requested because he said 300. I was like, okay, that's like the smallest, 300. But he did, he put 300. I swear it was like 500 or something because I felt like they were so huge. I guess I already had a lot of breast tissue, so it made them look even bigger because naturally I wasn't super tiny either. I would have been happy just with a regular lift, and I wouldn't probably have to come back in and do surgery all over again. When I went in with Dr. Barrett, he tells you to give him 3 pictures of what you want to look like, 3 pictures of what you don't want to look like. You know, you give side, front, you give him every angle that you do and don't want to look like. So he really knows how big or how small that you need to go. He did my tummy tuck last year and I had an amazing experience with him. He really takes you through the process. He has a really great bedside manner. His whole staff is just sweethearts. Rosalind is the best, she's the sweetest. And I don't know, they just make you feel like you're at home. So when I thought of doing the revision, I immediately thought, okay, I had other choices, but after really thinking it over, I was like, let me go with somebody that I know and trust. So I went to Dr. Barrett to get my implants taken out get another lift. I went in knowing that I did not want an implant at all. I made it very known to Dr. Barrett I did not want an implant, but I did know that I was going to be completely even flatter because after this and the sagging, I would have less breast tissue. And talking to him, he let me know that I would be a lot smaller. So because I don't want to implant, we thought of the idea of getting fat from one area of my body, or a few areas possibly could take fat from, and inject it into the breast. So it's your natural fat going into your boobs. So So we thought of the idea of taking fat from my arms, which have always been kind of, just it runs in my family for them to be a little larger.
This is called a safe lipo technique, where we tumesce the arms with a lidocaine and epinephrine solution. Constricts the blood vessels so we don't get any bleeding, a little less bruising, and we're going to be able to sculpt the arms. You can see she has really good muscle tone here. We're going to focus on these fatty areas that she has here, and then also give her a nice cut. All right, you guys, we have our fat. We harvested from the arms. Have a look. It's really high quality fat, and we're going to take it and prepare it into some syringes that we can inject into the breast. So it is gravity filtering right now. We want to just take just the fat itself and place it in the breast.
And then he did an incision around and under, so it was called the lollipop lift. And it got the fat put in there, and even like after coming out of surgery, I felt like, wow, like barely thinking right. Okay, because there's a lot of drugs that go through your body when you're in surgery. But even then, I looked in the mirror and I knew I was gonna be so happy with my new boobs. And even though Dr. Barrett says that you're gonna lose, he warned me, 50% of what I have. It's only been 2 weeks, and they actually feel like they're about pretty much like a big B, almost C, but I know that they're gonna go down, which I'm totally fine with. The smaller for me is actually the better. Yeah, I'm super happy. They're lifted. I feel like myself again. I feel like how I did before I had my son. I just feel so more confident in my body. I feel like I can wear anything, and I just feel free, because before I felt like I was just busting out of every top I wore. I could not wear low cut because I'd almost feel like I'd have porn star boobs. It wasn't a look that I liked. If you're not in LA and you don't go with my doctor, make sure to take pictures of what you want to look like and what you don't want to look like, even if they don't ask you, just so that they have a really good idea of what you want. Because you can explain all you want verbally, but if some doctors, they don't see it physically, or anybody, even if for me, I think for anybody with eyes and ears, if you don't see it physically, you won't really hit the nail on the dot. I don't know, something like that. I went on realself.com, and I noticed that Dr. Barrett would answer back to some of the questions that people asked about procedures, and that also made me feel really confident. Like he was very like proactive in answering questions, and he got a lot of great feedback from a lot of people. And I did my research for sure with Dr. Barrett, and I'm so happy that I went with him, and I'm happy that I could go through it and tell you guys about it. Yeah, now when I heal, I'm gonna just work out so I can keep these arms up and make them even better. Yeah, so I'm really happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until the next video, bye guys. Comment below if you know what you would use these for. I don't know, let me know. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Actually, I should have them this way.